Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hi, surrounded by perverts. Hey, Arga, the Lord of Eternity. I hope y'all are doing well. Oh, thank you for the pets. Hello, Tatsuo. Goodbye, Tatsuo. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. 490-day boosted streak. Way to go, surrounded by perverts. Amazing. Ba-ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-ba-bam. Very nice. Hope y'all are doing well. It's been a week. Just get Tatsuo. Like all those cute little animated emojis you've got out here. So, yeah, no, it's been a week. I don't know. I have a partner, or like a partner that is, like our partners are our clients. Or not our clients, our competitors. But we have a program where we work together. And one of them right now is in the doghouse with me. They are mucking it up. They are mucking it up all at one time. like it's a very big scale that they are mucking it up. And so, anyways, I had to like roll up with my boss and just be like, hey, somebody needs to sort these people out. Finally got all your paperwork straight for your car. Yay! Well, congrats. I hope it all works out really well then. Woohoo! I hope that you enjoy your DeLorean and going back to the future. I'm just kidding. Yes, good luck with the car. All right. Let's see. What happened last week? On love, my vow to my liege. Okay. What had happened was all of our boyfriendos were being sus for some reason. But we all took a boat back. Like, our prime minister boyfriend saved us, saved the town that we were staying at. He brought in the cavalry. And then our one of our spirit boyfriendos was like protecting us on the other side, but he got like mimicked by somebody else. And so at first we thought he betrayed us, but he didn't. He loves us. But then another person betrayed us. So that's where we're at. Just took so long. It did. Yeah, I know. I remember you telling us about it. Like, I mean, I feel like it was a few weeks back that you told us about it. So, yeah, I'm glad it's getting sorted out then. Yay. Okay. Let me get the game up and running. All right. Let's see. I met up with like a vocal therapist, just to kind of fix some of my vocal fatigue and stuff like that. So I've been given some exercises to warm up better ahead of like stream and stuff like that. But also, I've been given some other exercises to like just kind of help relax my face, I guess. It's lost on people nowadays because the DeLorean is primarily known for Back to the Future today. But when those movies came out, the whole joke is that DeLoreans are notoriously a shit car to drive, and no one in their right mind would pick that to be their time machine. Ah, that's funny. I mean, always these unsuspecting time machines, am I right? Hot tub time machine? Hot tub time machine. Alright, let's get in the game. Yeah, like I said, we got Zhang Dan is the one who betrayed us. Shadow, hi! Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. Yay, good to see ya. And don't worry, I have unchecked the toggle that says they can train AI off of my Twitch. Yeah. Yes, I'm so glad. Alrighty. Yeah. I mean, we can pause and talk about that a little bit. Yeah. It was like, I don't know. Like, Twitch rolled out a feature and didn't tell anybody, just opted everyone in. And we're like, if you didn't automatically opt out, like, you have consented. And it's like, that's not how consent works. So, yeah. Well, so I'm glad people are bringing it to everyone's attention. I'm glad that there are people out there that, like, anytime a new update rolls out, like, there is somebody who's reading it. You know what I mean? DeLorean was the Tesla Cybertruck of its era, except it actually did look as cool as the Muskrat thinks his screaming metal death traps look. I see. All right. Like I said, this is one of the Boyfriendo choices, apparently. He's on the cover, and he is betraying us. Allegedly? I don't know. Bezos, when I find you! With a flick of Zhang Dan's hands, the miasma's black smoke turns into a rain of arrows that fly towards us. By manipulating the silver strings, Yi Guang stands in front of us with his invisible barrier. Suddenly, a hiss resounds around us. It is the black arrows hitting the invisible barrier and disappearing in a puff of black smoke. This does not seem to perturb Zhang Dan. With a look of youthful innocence, he creates more black arrows as he commands the monsters to bite the silver strings. He smiles happily as he stands and watches our pathetic struggles against the situation. Cheng Fang rushes to cut off the withered claws that is latching onto me. Even someone who is as proficient as, in martial arts like him would tremble from this prolonged exertion.
这么一味防御不是办法。像果说的对，屋里总有后进的时候。
What are you waiting for? I toss the amulet towards Yi Guang. The amulet starts to glow as the bottom of the pond fills with a refreshing cool breeze, and the clear water rises up to our ankles. Ooh. From Yi Guang's graceful movements, a dozen water swords are summoned, and they fly right to Zhang Dan. Zhang Dan easily dodges the oncoming swords with a smug air of superiority. But the water swords do not lose their forms even after failing to land a hit. Instead, they change their trajectory and fly at the sacred ding and break off all the chains. This is the first time that Zhang Dan fails to laugh.
没有血祭阵替你偷取鼎中神力，你的巫力也维持不了多久。
聪明人可活不长。
Look at him with his scary eyeballs.
天道当亡，邪鬼速亡，令行。
Getting very dramatic here. Sacred swords around Yi Guang start to fly out from the ground and into Zhang Dan, who is about to seize the ding. Zhang Dan tries to call forth the black mist to block the swords out, but the black mist has thinned out quite considerably. I suddenly come to the realization that his escape from the ding has greatly weakened him. In addition to that, he has lost his supply of power from the ding and is now at the end of his rope. The youth in front of me is no longer my kind and friendly head priest, nor is he the fearsome beast I saw at Lake Tai. He's now a common demon. The demon meets my eyes and suddenly breaks into a cold smile. I suddenly feel a strong gust of wind as a gleaming sword rushes at me. The seal on my chest is aching like I've been stabbed in the heart. My hands and legs are numb, and while there's a sharp ringing in my ears, I can only see the gleaming sword flying fatally closer and closer. No! No! Just as I'm falling, I feel the arms of someone carrying me securely. Although it feels like this strength can break me, it feels warm and gentle. I open my eyes to see a pair of eyes aflame with passion in the dimness around us. Rip dibs on his stuff. I think he'll make it, maybe. I don't know. My goodness. Poor baby. So, a medical thing. If you are ever like impaled, or like if something has like entered, like a foreign object has like entered your body and you know, maybe not this way, but in a very, you know, bad way, you yourself should not pull it out. Yeah, it is blocking the blood. Like, it is best for you to like leave it as undisturbed as you can. Go to a hospital, and yeah, do not try and, you know, do not try and YOLO it yourself. Yeah, thank y'all for backing me up, and I learned it on the internet. Yeah, the most damage was done when it got in. Yeah. So, which is very scary to think about. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, Gojang. I'm still alive?
没事了。
Oh no. Ashu, the battle's still ongoing. Release us.
我可不能看到你死。
He smiles at me, but his smile is weak and his face is pale. Oh my gosh. I take a deep breath, and just as I'm about to push Gojang away and stand up, my hands touch a wet spot on his chest. Blood?
也许这样更好。
His body goes limp as his head hits my shoulder. I can see the other half of the sword is lodged in his back. My vision goes black, and I can only hear myself screaming with grief. I will not scream, but I don't have the vocal capacity to do that. But Ashu! Like that, but better.
你竟敢！
No, poor baby. Ah, my cute boyfriendo. One of my cute boyfriendos.
现在杀了吴家小妹多没意思，你们一个个的，何必自作多情呢？
With a wave of his hands, Yiguang flings threads of silver strings out of his sleeves to grab a hold of all the swords that are lying around and swing them onto the ground. In the midst of the clanging of swords against swords, the sacred swords start to emit a pale green, ghostly light. They fly and gather toward Yiguang's hand that is holding the amulet.
施家族人的魂力，
I wanted to see you get pierced, but not like this.
好，去！
The amulet finishes absorbing the spiritual energy as Yiguang tosses it. It then turns into a large pale green fish like the moon behind a thin layer of clouds, bright and ethereal. Just as it was about to hit Zhengdan, it disappears like a dream with a blink of an eye. Zhengdan is caught off guard as he's flung onto the rocks of the cave. He coughs out a mouthful of black blood. This music sounds familiar? He wipes the corner of his mouth and starts to laugh out loud.
真不愧是施家人，魂力在血祭阵中浸染了5年，居然尚存灵性，真令我意外啊！唉，我这一缕残魂用了5年，也差不多到头了。
Catch him!
吴家小妹，你记住，死绝对不是最好的惩罚。
Saying that, Zhengdan's body becomes like a piece of paper getting torn apart. The black mist around him starts to grow and elongate to become a large, golden white dragon. It isn't as big as the one I saw at Lake Tai. As he escapes from the bottom of the sword pond, the miasma and monsters also seem to retreat. Like a fierce storm, the odd cries and icy winds follow him up into the sky. I hug the bloodied body of Aju. This loss pains my heart to the point of it being unbearable and faint. This evil deed that you've done today will be avenged 1,000 times over! Death is indeed not the worst punishment.
少君，
I wake up abruptly as Shangfang helps me up. Even though he's trying to hold back his emotions, his eyes are still very red. I've seen bigger dragons. Not impressed. Maybe it was just cold. I don't know. Some of these dragons are showers, or growers, not showers. Water. My voice is like sandpaper as a cup is handed to me. I look up to see Wu Zishu.
你先喝水，让陈峰说。
No, I hope he's not dead. I hope he's like in critical condition and the power of love will bring him back.
相国说，少君一行肯定要问大家的情况，我们都没事，勾践也没死，遗光救了他。
Yay! Yay! Alive boyfriend. All right, that's how I like them. I say, even though I like Nine Rip, but I guess if they're, you know, if they're good boyfriendo, maybe you can overlook that. I don't know. My anxious heart starts to relax little by little. Everyone's fine. How long have I been asleep?
2天，
2 days? That's not bad. That's not bad. How about Yi Guang?
遗光回虎丘了。他说少君只是魂力损耗过度，其余人也只是轻伤，他留在蜈蚣没多大用处，不如在虎丘调查郑旦留下的东西，再为剑池重新布阵。
But he's used up a lot of his magical powers.
遗光说，楼神没能如愿吸取大鼎的所有力量，随时都可能会来夺取鼎身。要保吴国，一定要应对周全。少君不用担心，遗光应该不会做没把握的事情。
Prime Minister, you are not worried?
事到如今，吴国和少君都得依赖施一光。臣怀疑他还有什么用？
Yeah, Woozy Shu has like egg on his face because he did not suspect the head priest who betrayed us, but he was like sussy pants with everybody else. So now he's just like, no, it's fine. I done goofed. That is the correct stance. This is the I have goofed. Let me just save, some face here. Actually, when I was in the Dark Array, the Dragon God borrowed Yi Guang's appearance to trick me into freeing him. It was then that I remembered your warnings and fears.
信与不信，确实是在一念之间。郑旦不也曾经深获先王、少君和臣的信任吗？
What is Shang Dan's background? How did my father, the king?
臣去调查过了，大柱郑旦入吴的时间比之前告知的晚了1天。郑家是巫家大族，郑旦作为族中少主，也早有名声在外，假不了。就是这晚了的1天，真正的郑旦很有可能被龙神取代了。
No wonder he could not recognize Yi Guang at that time.
五湖龙神是千年精怪，凡人识不破才是理所应当。
But was the Dragon God not trapped inside the ding at that time? How did he manage to do something like this?
遗光猜测，应该是龙神趁着当年移鼎时封印不稳，偷偷分出一缕残魂， 逃出了顶外。
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those sneaky dragon gods slipping out of the crack of the ding.
臣虽不懂神鬼之事，但也明白善守者藏于九地之下的道理，所以他的残魂选了我们意想不到的人下手。
吞噬正丹，不仅可以得到续命之力，还能接近大鼎，滋养诸神时所受的重创，养精蓄锐，破除封印，更对我们的动向也能了如指掌。
The crack of ding.
如果不是敌人，这胆色和城府简直值得佩服。
We wake up at the crack of ding. But the Zhang clan is also renowned in their own magical factions and have relatives in Gushu City. How come no one realized that he was the dragon god in disguise?
少君怎知，郑家就是完全清白的。
The Prime Minister is going to say that I'm being credulous again.
天下第一巫的名声地位，谁不想要？想不劳而获走捷径的人比比皆是，奉妖魔求功名富贵者也有的是先例。少君是拿君子之心去夺小人之腹。
Are you saying that there's not one righteous person in the Zhang clan?
别说君子，但凡不想冒险上贼船的人，都不能留活口。
That cowardly bastard. To play around with humans' lives is just too detestable.
少君，你刚刚才好一点，别太激动。
Changfang, you do not look so good yourself. Is the poison from the miasma still affecting you?
他一直守着你，就没休息过。
Aww, you're looking after little old me. He's like, yes, I had to baby bird you the rice porridge. I'm fine now. You should go and rest. Don't even think about entering my chamber if you do not sleep for the next day.
可是臣担心。
去吧，陈峰。我也有些话想跟少君单独谈谈。
诺。
After Changfeng has left, I take a gander at Wu Zishu's gloomy and silent profile as the mood turns more solemn. Enter the chamber. I'm saddened when I think of the time when we were giving each other the cold shoulder. But now that the dragon god is on the loose, Ng's future is unpredictable, and my reign is in a precarious state. I really don't have the energy to be reprimanded. It surprises me when Wu Zishu turns around with a look of exhaustion on his face. The bags and wrinkles under his eyes make him look older by a few years. Prime Minister, you look like you also have gotten very little rest. Please take a seat before we begin. Wu Zishu shakes his head and sighs softly.
少君，这5年来，偌大的蜈蚣只有你、陈峰和陈3人相依为命。
Never.
少君打得没有迟疑，臣很欣慰。所以，臣接下来要说的是，也完完全全是为了吴国。
I feel like he's gonna drop a mean truth bomb on us. He's gonna be like, "Bee, why you do that?" Please carry on, Prime Minister. Carry on, Prime Minister.
我们原本打算在封神期间找到神器和彻底诛灭龙神的办法，但现在情况已经变了，我们也要有新的对策。
Now that Yiguang is back and the dragon god has weakened, I think that there's still a chance for success.
那些都是虚的，要确保国家长久，就不能只靠国君一人维系。你是
I remember to find the sacred artifact that will help us kill the dragon god, and... Do you mean you want me to continue the bloodline?
正是。
I know we have a dire situation, but I'm gonna need you to bone. Bone and breed, please. Don't worry about it. You. I raise a trembling finger at Woozy Shu, and I'm so angry that I cannot continue what I'm about to say.
当年
Bold!
先王希望你尽快成亲生子，就是担心发生现在这种情况。
You know very well that we will not endure the insults that we faced 3 years ago.
你尽管挑个顺眼的，贩夫走卒、农民渔夫，怎么样都行。
Just anybody. Anybody who's willing. What the heck, man? What the heck? You disrespectful jerk. Who do you take us for? I pick up my pillow and toss it angrily at Woozy Shu. He doesn't try to defend himself or avoid it, as well he shouldn't. It's a flippin' pillow. It's almost as if he doesn't care that I'm so angry to the point of losing my mind.
一旦确定有孕，臣会立刻处理掉那名男子。所以朝臣不可，勾践和施夷光也不可。
That's rude. That's so rude. It's just like, look, you can't pick anybody that isn't me, basically. Goshan and Yiguang have both put their lives on the line for us. Why are you still so stubbornly suspicious of them? Also, he's like, only me or Chang Feng, or both of us. You know that, Dojinshi. Fine. I'll bone. But only because I want to, not because you told me to. Yeah. My body, my choice. And I choose those two that you hate so much. And you have to watch. Maybe that's what he wants. Maybe that's what he's hoping for.
难道正旦的教训还不够吗？
That is a different matter altogether. It was clearly your fault and my father's fault for not checking him out properly. And now you want us to sacrifice ourselves for your mistake and also your obsession with the royal bloodline?
正旦之事，臣当然责无旁贷，才更要告诫少君，切忌轻信。智者之虑，必杂于利害，杂于利而物可信也，杂于害而患可结也。
Wow, that was like a
仕途
very
险恶，一时足
such
成
a
千古
long
恨，
sentence.
不如谋长远之计。
That feels like he said way more than what is on the screen right now. But anyways, he's not looking out for our best interest. He's just like, yeah, no, like you gotta, be more guarded, but also just be with a fisherman, a sales guy, a merchant, whatever. Just somebody. Don't worry about it. I'll murder them. Okay. Okay, so there was just more, and it just did all of it. All right, let's see. Plan for the long term? We do not know how soon our life will come to an end, so what's this long term you speak of? I pull apart the front of my clothes to reveal the seal on my chest. Ever since the battle at Tiger Hill, the pain in my chest has been more frequent. Even without looking at it, I know that it has gotten worse. Get the sacred seal to turn 2 petals black. That's a Chivo I just got. Do you see this? I'm already a dead man walking. Does making my life more miserable than it already is make you happy?
你在胡说什么？
I'm saying you should pick me! Did I say anything wrong? For you to insult me like this, am I still human in your eyes? Woozy Shu's cold demeanor, an expressionless face suddenly falls. Seeing that, I feel strangely and sadistically joyful. If I could, I would let out all my repressed anger and hate in one go, 'cause I'm a petty bee. The world is an unforgiving place. One slip up could cause you misery for years to come. Woozy Shu, all you speak about is how I can win or lose. I guess there is no one who does not have an ulterior motive in your eyes. Ugh. Dare I ask, what do you really want? In this world that's full of evil, you are alone, without friends or family, and you surround yourself with nothing but suspicion. What's made you happy so far? Or are all of these exactly what you wish for?
臣只愿吴国和少君平安。
Oh, it's a passionate plea. Wu Zishu interrupts me with a look so furious that it seems like fire is coming out of his eyes. In just that split moment, that tall, handsome, confident, and strapping prime minister has become a withered old man.
你没有说错，我早就已经无家无国。当初父兄亲信出亡，害我五世全族尸骨无葬，唯独剩我一个人受尽屈辱逃来吴国，的确已了无生趣。没想到先王不仅恩待我，对我这个异国人全心信任，还助我报了大仇。无缘一无所有，剩下的只有这条命和满腔忠诚。但即使粉身碎骨，也无法回报这天大的恩情。
My heart lurches in my chest as I stretch out my hand to reach for Wu Zishu, but he takes a step back.
先王临死前把你托付给我，我惶恐终日，时刻不敢轻忘恩人遗愿。你却说，你竟敢说我乐得看你生不如死！
Prime Minister, what did I say just now? Although I'm angry at Wu Zishu's domineering attitude and his intimidating ways, I still cannot ignore the fact that if it wasn't for him exhausting himself at protecting and supporting me, I would have died 3 years ago. Anyone on earth can reprimand Wu Zishu, but I alone do not have the right to do so. It's my fault for speaking out of turn. Wu Zishu only laughs bleakly and says nothing. I suddenly feel my nose redden, and I just want to cry long and hard. I just don't want to be a puppet. It is not wrong to wish that, but...
少君，
Did we not tell you to go and rest?
少将公子醒了。
We're coming. Cheng Feng helps me put on my socks and shoes and waits for me to get up, while Wu Zishu has wordlessly left my chamber. I gingerly sit up on my bed as a sudden bout of exhaustion comes over me. Forget it. It's too late. Let's go tomorrow. I'm still feeling depressed over the quarrel I had with the Prime Minister yesterday. Needing some good news to boost my spirits, I make my way to see Xiao Zhang early this morning. I first thought that she was a cute, bubbly girl that has been spoilt and sheltered, but I did not expect her to kneel on her bed and bow to me when she sees me.
齐国少将，多谢吴君相救之恩。
You're welcome, Princess. Since you have just woken up, please let us know if you need anything.
少将想托人传话给敝国使者，请他们放心。
That is only natural. Chen Feng. I call for Cheng Feng out of habit as Xiao Zhang curiously looked behind me. The maids have already left when I came in, and so it is only Xiao Zhang and I in the room alone.
吴少君，陈峰怎么了？
Ever since he came out of the dark array, he's not been able to rest well. We ordered him to rest in his room for a day. Wait, does this mean that the princess still remembers Chen Feng from the time the two of you were in the dark array?
血祭镇里的事我都记得，反倒是外面的事，戏子给我说了才知道。
It was then that Yi Guang comes in and gives me a warm smile. But under Xiao Zhang's gaze, he seems to have remembered something and greets me with a hand-on-hand salute.
少君，虎丘的事情暂时可告一段落，我便回来了。刚刚我给少江公子把过脉，他除了需要好好吃饭以外，已经不需要其他诊治了。
Talking about Tiger Hill, will the princess kindly tell us what happened to you at Tiger Hill?
我与侍卫本来在姑苏城边游玩，忽然感知到强烈的邪气，在离都城这么近的地方，我实在好奇，便追寻邪气上了虎丘。
Tiger Hill is heavily guarded, so how did you manage to bypass my security to get up there?
我如果受阻，当时就会知道那是无国祭庙，也不会偷偷跑进去了。对不起，吴少君。
That's fine, since you did not know any better. After all, you were there with good intentions.
公子到了祭庙后，又看见了什么？
我看见一群黑衣巫祝在举行血祭，我感觉打不过就想逃走，却被他们抓住了。虽然有朱雀剑的保护，我没受伤，没想到黑衣人对神剑起了贪念，对我……
那群巫祝当中，是不是有个俊秀的少年？
他和其他人不太一样，虽然漂亮，却有种可怕的感觉。
Princess Xiaoshang is indeed an outstanding mage to be able to see through Zhang Dan's disguise.
是吗？
When we rushed to Tiger Hill, your bodyguard and the men in black were already dead. Even Zhang Dan was injured. Zhang Dan was probably worried that his ploy would come to light when he failed to kill you, so he sacrificed some of his underlings to make his deception more convincing.
这个郑旦也太狡诈了。
正因为他狡猾胜于常人，有些事才不会那么容易。
Yiguang smiles at Xiaoshang and she blushes to the point of not being able to say a word. Stay away from my mane! I don't know why she's acting so shy. Maybe it's simply because Xiaoshang is a maiden who is not used to talking to a mature young man like Yiguang. I quickly changed the topic. Princess Xiaoshang, thank you very much for giving me the details about your kidnapping. So what do you intend to do next?
我离家也有数月了，准备和公孙先生商量一下，及早启程回国。
We will send someone to escort Mr. Gongsheng to the palace.
多谢吴少君，也谢谢你这么多次舍命救我。
Yeah. No, we're greedy. He's ours. Him and Chengfeng and Aju. You are welcome.
我但愿这次能不辱使命，见无期之盟，结百年之好。
I'll call you. Yeah. When I see Xiaoshang being all shy, a sudden thought occurs to me. I'm not only a man in her eyes, but also her fiancé. With that thought, I began to feel awkward. Mr. Gongsheng has held back from returning his report on his mission due to our own reasons. We hope that Princess Xiaoshang will not blame us for it. On that note, we hope that you rest well before you begin your journey. We will...
啊，少君稍等，我还有一件事想请教少江公子。那把朱雀剑究竟是何来历？
这把剑是齐国传世之物，据说能够辟邪，所以我才带上了它。没想到这次还真的救了我。
Yiguang nods his head and takes out a note written on a piece of cloth with something drawn with ink on it.
那你可曾见过这个纹路？
看起来有点眼熟。
Xiaoshang holds up the sacred dagger next to the piece of cloth and looks at the carving of Phoenix while comparing it to the pattern.
和剑上的纹路很相似，但又不完全一样。我应该没在别处见过。
多谢公子。
Xiaoshang has spoken with us for a while now. As she seems to be getting tired, and I still feel awkward about our engagement, I pull Yiguang away as we say our goodbyes. Yiguang, you were also hurt in the dark array. Why don't you get some more rest?
你这么着急拉我出来，原来是关心我。
She's gonna see her fiancé, me, making out with this guy. All my BL dreams are coming true. Since you still have a sense of humor, it seems like your injuries aren't serious enough for me to worry about.
倒是你，怎么样了？
Yiguang points a finger at my chest, and I give him a bitter smile as I shake my head. What else is there to say? Ever since the dragon god escaped from the sword pond, the CL would of course get from bad to worse.
我大致也猜到了，我另有办法安置大体，余裕还是交给你。 有白虎气息在内，能帮你挡住龙神的法力，减缓发作。
Doesn't the white tiger need to return to the sacred ding?
那个大鼎被邪气侵蚀了很长一段时间了，现在回去反而对他不好。
It's all my fault for being so slow-witted. Just how many people have been hurt by Shangdan and his dark array these past few years?
神器内的魂灵会依照天道选择主人，除非原本的主人突然死亡或者自愿赠送，器灵无法与他人再订立盟誓，只能靠强夺豪取。
What is the price for using such forceful methods? Are such strong-armed methods common?
代价当然极大，轻则损耗夺气者的精魄，重则遭到反噬，神魂俱灭。龙神怕是走投无路了，才出此下策。但他那么奸猾，肯定不会只是自己吃亏。
Hateful demon! I hit the banister in anger. Below me lies the peaceful and beautiful city of Gushu. Unbeknownst to them, destruction and danger could come at a moment's notice. I don't know how I can kill that monster for ruining the sacred ding.
我现在倒是有个猜测，所以才请少江公子看了那块拓片。拓片上的纹路是德鼎的一只鼎角。
Is there something you're not telling me for you to laugh so mysteriously?
还是你了解我，没有把握的事情说出来，很容易引人歧途的。
So what do you need me to do?
现在我只需要你好好休息，养足精神。
I can only nod my head with a bitter chuckle. After my argument with Wu Zishu, I could not sleep well, and Yi Guang must have noticed that I was not all there today.
怎么了？不舒服吗？
Tell him the whole truth, find it hard to bring... tell him the whole truth. Yi Guang is the only person I can truly confide in. I felt guilty about Wu Zishu and the dilemma I'm currently trapped in. The Prime Minister hopes that I will make sacrifices for my kingdom, but there are things that I really do not want to do, so we had a bitter quarrel over it. The king and the kingdom should be one and the same, yet I am too selfish to be a good king, and I am unworthy of the Prime Minister's faith in me.
你知道我为什么跟你回吴国吗？
'Cause you like my body. I don't know. I don't like either answer, honestly. Like, this one gives him a lot of credit, right? But it's also kind of presumptuous to be like, you know, because it's the right thing to do for you to follow me, when it's like, no, you did it. Maybe out of kindness. I don't know. What should I do? I save. Save, and if I hate it, can we let the timer run out? No. It would just stay here forever. So, I think out of kindness is rude, but I'm gonna pick it. If you let me drag you into this, you will only suffer. But you've always been kind, even as a child, and worried about me as a friend. You couldn't even turn a blind eye to the wounded soldiers of Yue, much less to the people of Eng.
怎么听上去有点是非不分，过于博爱了。
I did not mean it like that. You've never gone easy on the Dragon God's followers. I meant that as a doctor, you've always put others before yourself. I don't know what I'm saying. Hey, you did this on purpose. It's true that the standards of morality have been falling. You were so honest when you were young, and now that you've grown, you've gotten good at teasing others.
人总是会长大的。
Everybody's gotta grow sometime. Yi Guang shoots me a broad and confident smile. It feels like we've gone back to our carefree childhood days. Yi Guang has always been kind and selfless. Even after I decided to risk our lives to rescue Shang Fang, he still stood by me. I hope that after Chang Feng recovers, that the three of us will be able to set sail on the Five Lakes again. However, it remains an unreachable dream as long as the Dragon God's curse is unbroken. Yiguang, sometimes I wish I could still be that lolly from our youth. But the things that we wish for that don't come true outnumber the things that do.
如果还是那时的你啊，我会怜惜他所受的种种苦，却不一定会将他当作眼前这样一位可敬之人。
Oh, that's a classy answer. Because I'm the king of Ung?
是，也不是。以你的立场身份，本来可以舍弃尘封，舍弃祝罗村的老乡，你却一次次舍命相救。虽然莽撞了些，但吴王心中有仁有义，是施一光心甘情愿侍奉的君王。
Be my boyfriend! Yiguang.
我想，武相国阅历丰富，一定也能看到你的优点。而且你能成为人君，也是武相国这么些年一直尽心尽力教导的结果。在固执程度上，你们也不愧是师徒，吵架肯定难免的。
He's so perceptive. Are you trying to praise me or hurt my feelings?
我只是实话实说。
I take a deep breath as I gaze into the distance at the prosperous city by the river. Every inch of the river and hills is the result of the hard work that generations of people of Ung has put into it. It is a great honor to be their king. That is why I should do my best to be a competent king. Thank you, Yiguang. I trust you, and I trust the Prime Minister. That is why I will not distance nor take the side of any one of you. I will instead close the gap between everyone, and we will work together to break the sacred vow and bring peace to the kingdom of Ung. Yiguang bows to me with a hand-on-hand salute, not just out of friendship, but also out of respect and loyalty. I suddenly feel that our time as children is truly in the past and will no longer overlap my visions of the future. Yay, Chapter 9. Also, pause before we continue. It's Hungry Ghost Month. So, it has started today. It lasts a whole month, and like the middle of the month, 15 days in, is like the height of the thinnest of the veil between the living and the dead. So, you know, some do's and don'ts. What were the do's? I have it. Hold on. I have a little sheet that I sent out. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up. Where am I? Boo, 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 boo. Okay. All right. Do's and don'ts. No, Mochi. It's okay. You let that person walk. Do's. Let's see. Those making offerings should be mindful of safety by using burners placed on the sturdy ground and at a safe distance away from combustible materials in residential premises. So if you're burning fake money to send to the afterworld so that they can buy stuff, don't burn it next to a gas station, you know, stuff like that. You should also clean up the area before leaving to ensure that no litter or food is left behind, as they could attract pests such as rats and create environmental issues. Finally, be considerate to neighbors, especially those living on lower floors, as they may have respiratory conditions that could be worsened by irresponsible and inconsiderate burning of joss paper. All right, some don'ts. Don't go swimming in open water. Swimming Let's see. They believe that there might be a water ghost waiting for a chance to drown unlucky swimmers in order to get themselves a replacement. It's a pyramid scheme. Getting married. People believe that this may invite spirits to attend the wedding, thereby creating family problems. Moving house, believing that this may invite wandering spirits to move in. Wearing black or red, believing that these colors tend to attract wandering spirits. And going out late to avoid bumping into wandering spirits. So don't do those things. Be safe. Be safe and stay. Be safe and don't die. Is that it? But yeah. Alrighty. The issue with Xiaozhong is peacefully resolved. Mr. Gongsheng has submitted a formal request to return to his kingdom. I am taking the opportunity to visit someone else who is also waiting to return to his kingdom. Ah, Shu. Oh.
罪臣勾践参见大王。
What sinner? You saved me. I should thank you for it. How can I thank you?
大王，这是在吴宫。
I know, but there's no one around, so I wish to treat you as a friend.
说你多少次也没用。谢谢你，让我在吴宫休养了那么多天。现在已经差不多好了，我也该回虎丘了。
I'm sorry. It's all my fault that you had to suffer.
勾践本来就是吴王的臣奴，早就习惯了。
That's not super reassuring. I was like, no, you are harming me, but I'm used to it. Don't worry. Don't say that. Sooner or later, you'll return back to the kingdom of Yue to be their king again.
我当然相信朋友之诺，只是我也明白，这件事也不是你一个人能做主的。
Prime Minister Wu is still angry over the incident with the head priest. I will find a good time to discuss this with him. Not only is Wu Zishu angry, but he's also giving me the cold shoulder. Even when discussing official matters, he only says the bare minimum. If I bring up the subject of letting Gozhan return to Yue, Gozhan's head would hang on the city walls in no time flat. But I cannot tell Gozhan this. I can only keep my thoughts to myself and apologize to him in my heart.
我懂，想到自己在那种妖怪脚下待了3年，我也后怕。
I did not dare tell you this before because I had hoped that I could resolve the issue with the dragon god and his followers without having to involve anyone else. I did not think that you, Xiaozhong, and Yiguang would also be affected.
你扮成男子做了吴王，是不是也和那家伙有关？
Yes, the dragon god had an agreement with my ancestors that we, the kings of would need to serve him. 5 years ago, my father, the former king, wanted to kill the dragon god, but the dragon god's followers foiled our plans, and my 3 elder brothers were killed by the dragon god instead.
血海深仇啊！我在今后只会有更多人被牵扯进来，你还是早做准备的好。
I understand.
如果你不介意，我能不能也让亲族去打听一下龙神信徒的踪迹？越国虽然国小民弱，在东南一面，多少还有点势力。
But even the people of do not know much about the dragon god's followers.
放心，我只会说是作乱的巫祝。多年前吴国剿灭巫祝内乱的事，很多人都知道。
Every little clue helps. So, thank you for the assistance, Ashu.
少君，
We are talking with the king of Yue at the moment.
少君恕罪，臣有急事不得不来禀报。
Is it regarding the dragon god?
不，是齐国使者公孙先生，他急着要见少君，相国已经先赶过去了。
Even the prime minister has rushed over there. What on earth could be the matter? Shangfang glances at Goshan and hesitates for a minute before saying something that shocks Goshan and me so much that it renders us speechless.
巨文奇公被权臣田氏毒杀了。
As I step into the hall, I hear a sob. It is the envoy of Qi, Mr. Gongsheng Yi, who has forgotten all decorum. When Gongsheng Yi sees me, he rushes in front of me, kneels down and bows to me with his head on the ground, crying as he begs me.
大王，吴齐两国世代交好，我公与大王也即将成为姻亲，如今却被乱臣贼子所害，求大王主持公道。
Mr. Gongsheng, please get up. We are shocked by the news of what happened to the king of Qi, but we need you to give us the details.
逆臣田横与我公素来有间隙，对吴齐联盟之事也多有阻挠。我公担心他会为私利伤害少江公子，才会默许公子乔装来了吴国。我公本想此次定下婚约，田横就不敢再打公子的主意，没想到激怒了田横，竟然毒杀了我公。
Although the king of Qi was still in his prime, for him to perish at the hands of such a dastardly man. This goes against all ethical norms. The will of heaven has been broken. The citizens of Qi will suffer yet again.
吾君所言甚是，最可怜的是少江公子，没了哥哥，家中又有豺狼，外臣也不知道如何劝他。
Please do not worry. Although you could not return in time to give your answer to your king, we will still honor the engagement and will protect Xiaozhang. If you're willing to continue to stay here as our guest, we will be more than happy to host you.
有吴君这番话，外臣也就放心了。但家国有难，岂能远而避之？待我向少江公子禀明形势，便会告辞。
We admire your sense of righteousness. We will prepare gifts for you to take back. We'll find a suitable date for Xiaozhang, you and us to go and pay our respects to the late king of Qi.
大王之恩义，公孙仪莫齿难忘。
Xiaozhang will be greatly saddened. We will take care of her, so please do not worry.
当初为了方便照顾少江公子，他的侍女也扮男装来了吴国。现在，如果有他们相陪，公子大概会好受些。恳请大王同意他们入宫。
Shangfang.
臣在。
Hey, you leave it, please. Follow Mr. Gongsheng back and bring those maids from Qi to the palace. If Mr. Gongsheng needs anything else, do your best to fulfill it. Mochi-tan! It's Mochi-tan!
No. 唉，若是我公有大王的胸怀气度，也不会。
After Gongsheng Yi leaves, I look at Wu Zishu. He stands there without saying a thing, and I presume that it is a continuation of our Cold War. I secretly let out a sigh. I guess I will need to take the initiative to break the ice. Prime Minister, what do you think about the situation in the kingdom of Qi?
齐国这次震荡，肯定要波及吴国。
We think that you are right. Please summon all the important ministers of the court for a discussion.
No.
Since already has strategic plans for the north, we should have adequate intelligence in that area. Right now, the Qian, Bao, Gu, and Gao clans in Qi are vying for the throne, and it would be a good opportunity to swoop in on them. But the kingdom of Qi is a strong country with a long history, and might not win if the four clans were to combine their strength. Then there's Xiaozhang. Since my engagement with her is not yet officially recognized, I will be pressured to give her up if the Qian clan asks for her. If I were to take the moral high ground before the Qian clan does, I will be forced to go to war against the Qian clan for their treason. You leave it, please. My ministers and I start the debate over the pros and cons of this matter until late into the night, and to exhaustion. There's no clear direction of what we should do, and we agreed to reconvene at a later time to continue our discussion. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna pet you, okay? Oh, you're just gonna lick my feet? That's fine. After the ministers have left, I close my eyes and rub my temples for a moment before starting the arduous task of clearing my desk. Although it isn't my job to do it, I want to take this opportunity to organize my thoughts. I stretch out my hand to pick up a bamboo scroll, and another hand holds it down on the other end. Prime Minister. Wu Zishu silently helps me pick up and put away the books and stationery which lie scattered across the floor. His white hair reflects the orange glow from the lamps, making him look less cold and stern. Yeah. It moves my heart. Perhaps, like me, he also wants to reconcile our differences. In the past, the Prime Minister would frequently accompany us in our studies till late into the night, and wake us up early next morning to practice our martial arts like sleep was not needed. About the other day.
少君，
Jeez, I'm trying to have a moment here, Chang Feng. Chang Feng, this is the second time you've interrupted us today.
少将公子的屋内冒起火光，他却把门窗从里面堵上了。
Why have you not broken the door in to save her?
臣刚刚要踢开门，他说谁再靠近，他就立刻自刎。臣只能来请少君裁断。
That girl. Prime Minister. We will go and come back soon.
公子，求你开开门！公子！
Princess Xiaozhang, do you intend to burn down our palace? Xiaozhang!
吴少君，你放心，我只是烧掉了写给哥哥的信。
We are preparing to pay homage to the memory of the King of Qi. Xiaozhang, open the door and let us discuss this.
多谢吴少君之恩。少将现在只有一个心愿，希望吴少君成全。
Speak.
少将希望死后葬在齐国，与哥哥相伴。
Feel something terribly amiss after hearing the calmness in Xiaozhang's voice. With a deep breath, I kick down the door that is blocked by a stack of furniture. Oh no. You know what? I was thinking about it. There were two phoenixes in the like spirit world, and I wonder if her brother, like, cuz one of the phoenixes like died. So, I wonder if that's what happened. Xiaozhang is shocked by the loud sound. She proceeds to take out her dagger and points it at her chest. In a copper basin next to her feet lies a few white rolls of paper that has almost finished burning. She looks determinedly at me through the wispy white smoke. Her face is still wet with tears. What do you mean by this?
少将现在家国俱亡，无畏偷生。
We've gotten news that the Qian clan wishes to crown your brother's son as the new king. How can you say that your kingdom has perished?
齐国这数十年内乱，我的至亲之人都已经死光了。侄儿年纪还小，只不过几家权臣的傀儡。与其有生之年再看到亲人惨死，我不如现在就去陪伴父母哥哥。
Do you think that we'll give you great words of wisdom in order to talk you out of this?
我知道吴少君是个温柔之人，不过我死意已决，只求吴少君成全我的心愿。
We are not who you think we are. I give a cold laugh and grab Xiaozhang's hands as I brutally push the blade half an inch closer to her chest. Although the dagger did not even penetrate her clothes, Xiaozhang keeps struggling without any success of freeing herself as she looks at me in shock. Do not worry. If you stab yourself here, you will pierce your heart and the blood will flow out quicker. You will not have to suffer long.
吴少君，
Since we're preparing to hold a memorial service for the King of Qi, it will be convenient to prepare your burial at the same time. You will never know as to whether Gong Shangyi will take your body away or not. We will deal with it however we please. Saying this, I push the dagger closer to her. The dagger is now piercing her skin, but blood is yet to be seen. Xiaozhang gasps in pain. Are you frightened? Then let us help you. When she sees me taking a breath and about to use strength, she lets out an ear-piercing scream. The maids who were trembling by the door suddenly find the courage to cover Xiaozhang's body with theirs. The dagger falls onto the bed with a clear, crisp ring as I loosen my grip. Princess Xiaozhang, it is only when you have truly tasted the perils of life or death, of a life or death situation, that you truly broaden your horizons. Xiaozhang looks up at me with her eyes full of tears for a moment. Then she jumps into my arms, bawling. I stroke her head gently as feelings of pity for her start to well up in my heart. When I was young, my father, mother, and brothers used to spoil me with hugs. Although I have forgotten what it feels like to be hugged after all these years, I'm now comforting others with it. After quite a long while, when she gradually ceases her crying, she starts to wriggle and squirm in my arms like a little civet cat. The maids who are watching by the side start to feel a little awkward, so after tidying up the place, they take their leave. Suddenly, the little civet cat goes rigid as she looks up at me from within my arms with an expression of doubt.
吴少君，你
You have boobies! We were only scaring you. Do not worry.
不是，我是说，
You have boobies! She bites her lower lips as she puts her hands on my breasts and gives them a good squeeze. Pervert! I've long passed the age of ignorance. The Prime Minister and Cheng Feng have always been broad-minded and frank about such things, so Xiaozhang's action does not faze me. Instead, she is the one who is shocked. My eyes are up here. She stares at me and puts her hands down. Then, in a whisper, she asks me,
为什么？
You promise to keep it a secret? You cannot even tell your maids.
皇天在上，少将发誓不告诉任何人。
5 years ago, when my 3 elder brothers were killed, my father was worried that the throne would fall into someone else's hands and that Eng would perish. So he had me take my brother's place as crown prince. In the battle between Eng and Yue, my father was killed and I became the king of Eng.
你这么轻描淡写的，其实很难吧？
In the beginning, everything was difficult. Political affairs, the 6 arts of education, swordplay. I had to learn everything. And I had to learn it fast or else the Prime Minister would really have my hide.
你不害怕吗？万一被发现怎么办？
Every day left me feeling so tired that I wouldn't have the energy to worry about such things. But what I truly worried about was whether or not I'd be a good king of Eng, and if I'd be able to fulfill my brother's last wishes.
可是，他们已经死了。
I was very close with my brothers, so the things that they cannot protect and cherish, I will do so in their stead.
你果然和我想的不一样，比我想的更好。
Xiaozhang let out a smile as she hugs me tightly again. Being on this emotional roller coaster has tuckered her out, and it isn't long before I hear soft snoring from within my arms. I gently place her on the bed and exit the room. I mean, there's probably a lot of smoke damage in here.
少君，
Shen Feng holds the phoenix dagger and offers it to me. I shake my head. I'll let you hold on to it. Give it back to Xiaozhang when she wakes up.
臣先护送少君回寝宫。
Just in case, you better keep watch over the princess. Sheng Feng has more to say, but he suddenly looks past me and gives a hand-on-hand salute. I turn around to see a tall, strong figure leaning against the rails. We step towards him and Sheng Feng does not follow us. Wu Zishu and I walk in silence. After a few turns, we come to a corridor with a view of Guzhou City at night. I subconsciously stop there. Prime Minister, take a look. Look how cool I look! A cool summer breeze brings to mind a tender picture of the city in black ink. Wu Jishu and I stand along the corridor silently as we gaze into the distance, watching the lights of the city going out here and on there. I know! Like, we look how... I don't feel like we're too busty. What's up with that? Today, we imitated the Prime Minister poorly to save Princess Xiaozhang's life.
少君做得比臣当年更好。
Did you see all of that?
臣担心少江公子做出傻事，便跟来了。请少君恕臣失礼。
That's why he's just like, you just can't pick those guys that are awesome. You could pick some scrub that I'm gonna murder. We've embarrassed ourselves in front of the Prime Minister. Seeing Xiaozhang reminds us of the time when we were also young, hasty, and ignorant. Perhaps it also made the Prime Minister remember the time when we were timid and weak. Is that not why you gave us that stab then? We must have let you down.
哀其不幸，怒其不争。
We are here today as the King of Ung, Fushai, because you have worked hard at protecting and supporting us. The Prime Minister works hard for the kingdom and is like a father to us. That is something that we shall never forget. And you are not in the boyfriend zone. Old guy. Unk? He's Unk. That day we were just angry to the point of being muddled, and we said things without giving it thought. So please forgive us.
那臣的意见，少君也接受了吗？
We've thought about it. The dragon god hates our kingdom to the point of wanting to exterminate us. Hence, danger will come at us at any time. We cannot rest, especially since the seal on my chest keeps getting worse. We do not even know if we have 10 more months to live. That is why we think the best course of action is to put in all our efforts into killing the dragon god once and for all.
孤注一掷，我怕吴国输不起。
We holding hands? We understand what you mean. We only hope that the Prime Minister can sympathize with us. We did not reject your suggestion on a mindless whim. Although we differ in our methods, our goal has always been the same, for the peace and prosperity of the Kingdom of Ung. Wuzhu thinks about it silently for a bit before letting out a sigh. Then he gently takes my hand.
臣从来都与少君同心。
Although he says no more, seeing twinkles of gentle lights reflecting in his eyes makes me happy. Unprotected hand-holding. What if he gets pregnant? It's the Omega-verse. He's gonna get impreg. It seems that this night of a myriad of twinkling lights will forever be etched into the hearts and minds of the Prime Minister and I. After the memorial ceremony, Gong Shongyi will bring the rest of his envoy back to the kingdom of Qi. Although Xiaozhang weeps bitterly at the memorial ceremony, everything goes smoothly without a hitch. She never mentions anything about wanting to die, nor giving a clear indication if she wants to stay or go. I arrive at her chamber wanting to discuss that issue with her, but I bump into Yi Guang, who is just stepping out of her chamber. In his arms is a messy bundle of bamboo scrolls, cloth, and silk.
少君来的正巧，我与少江公子打算去虎丘一趟，你要一起来吗？
You're not going there for leisure?
郑旦在祭庙留下了不少资料，我和少江公子研究过了，想出了一个防备龙神的好办法。
I always knew you were smart, you bookworm. Yi Guang tilts his head questioningly. Seeing that, Xiaozhang starts to laugh.
我刚刚说过了，我还是齐国公子，怎么能上虎丘祭庙？戏子却说，反正我偷偷溜上去过，手兵对我也没用。
This man is too carefree. Please forgive him, Princess Xiaozhang. Since we have something to discuss with Princess Xiaozhang, we should go there together.
啊，好像没看见陈峰。
It did not seem like he rested well, so when we said that we would just be visiting Princess Xiaozhang, he agreed to rest in his chamber.
按理说不应该呀。等我们从虎丘回来后，我再去好好给他瞧瞧。
What's up with Chang Fang? Yeah, what the heck? Sorry to trouble you. Let's go. Don't betray us.
大王，
Why is the Centurion holding us back?
相国有令，一定不能再放施一光上山了。
The Centurion gives us a helpless look and he sounds troubled.
大王，施先生一而再再而三偷偷跑到祭庙去，相国已经发火了，希望他别再为难我们。
Bish, this is my kingdom! Mr. Shi is the head priest of so he can come and go as he pleases to the Mausoleum Temple.
没有经过正式任命，还算不得主官。
I turn my head to find the source of that voice. It is indeed Wu Zishu. He gives Yi Guang a look of dissatisfaction before glaring at the Centurion. Thinking that we have just made up, I have no intention of starting another argument with him. Mr. Shi and Princess Xiaozhang want to share their plans of repairing the sword pond with us. We thought it would be better if we did that at the site itself, so we brought them here.
既然是少君的意思，我们就一起上山好了。
Seeing that Wu Zishu is not pursuing the matter, the Centurion tells his men to clear the way. Due to the miasma, the outside of the Mausoleum Temple was damaged so badly that the entrance was blocked. Only the path to the sword's pond was still usable. Just when I think of entering, Wu Zishu stops me.
施一光，上次少君同意你查看剑池，结果惹出了大祸，少君也差点没命。这次你又要打什么算盘？
相国要是担心我的用意，不如也一起前往。
We need a sacrifice! There is a danger that the Dragon God will come and take the sacred ding. We should first secure the sword pond, and the only people who can do that would be Yi Guang and Princess Xiaozhang. Prime Minister, you should come with us, and we promise you that we will be more careful and not get hurt like the last time. Nose goes, not it. Yeah.
少君下保证，就像喝水一样。这次，臣无论如何不准你再去碰那些奇奇怪怪的银线了。
Wu Zishu lowers his hands in silent agreement to go with us to the sword pond. The mess of sacred swords and broken chains are still lying all over the place. The sacred ding looks damaged and rusty. I don't want to get close to the sacred ding, so I stop at the entrance. Yi Guang, what was the preventative measure that you were talking about?
我想让大鼎上的邪气自己保护自己。
Wu Zishu gives a cold snort, and I tug at his sleeve. I do not want him to voice his opinion so hastily.
确切说，不是邪气，是净化后的灵气。正旦的血祭阵虽然破了，但是被激发的邪气还在污染大鼎，鼎魂也会继续衰弱下去，所以必须先净化它。
上次少君为救你不惜冒险入阵，这次你别想又将少君拖下水。
Yi Guang laughs as he waves his hand.
本来这件事我和少江公子也能做，有少君赐血一滴，封阵便够了。
吴少君，吴相国，西子带来的书简我都看过了。这座大鼎确实有些连先生都不知道的重大秘密，我以朱雀剑魂保证，此行绝对安全。
Hearing the word secret makes Wu Zishu wrinkle his brows.
我在楚国生活了10几年，